Hi everyone, this is a little bit of a different video I want to do. I want to try something out. I just had a quick idea on a automation I could do using AI to generate workout plans. And I actually got this idea from Jeff Nippard, if you guys have heard of him on YouTube. He's a science-based lifter and I'm all about health. And I watched one of his videos and he basically made the point that if you're just going to the gym and improvising or creating ad hoc workouts right before you get to the gym, it's messing with your progress. So for me, since that's been a bad habit of mine, walking into the gym and just creating the workout on the spot, I thought it would be good to be a little bit more prepared. But it is hard to write down or compile all this information, specialize all this information to form a workout that matches with your goals. So I thought, why not use AI to help me do this? I'm already working with it all the time. I'm pretty sure I can make an automation. So what I have right here is just a quick workflow ideation of a simple workout generator. So the way I want it to work is if a user sees valuable health content on the internet, such as like a YouTube video or a research paper as we have over here, I want to extract that important information, basically the key points of that YouTube video or research paper, or just summarize it. And then the way I'm thinking this is going to work with AI is take that information and then update it in some sort of knowledge base for an AI to reference. So this would be this one up here. Let's just number these. Let's say this is number 1 and this is number 2. Number 1 would be your workflow for basically personalizing this AI assistant for you. Since you find the content on the internet and then that content is become integrated, a part of the AI. And then the way I was thinking you actually make the workout plan is you have some sort of trigger word. Let's just call it like start, right? You text the AI start. And so then it recognizes that that's the trigger word. And then it'll give you a list of options, and these are your goals. So I was thinking there's multiple options you could have. You want to build muscle, hypertrophy, you want to get stronger, endurance, speed. So you could customize this. For now, I'm thinking this is a good list to go with. And then I forgot to add it here, an arrow here, basically responding back to the AI, where you specify one of the goals you want to reach. So let's say we pick strength. That would activate a switch node. It would be a case in a switch node. So since there's 4 goals right here, we would have a 4-streamed switch node. And if we go with strength, that would send us to our AI agent that has access to this vector database. I'm thinking it's going to be Supabase or Pinecone. Then that goal, whatever we picked over here, is a dynamic variable that we pass in as user input to the AI agent, and we're just going to say something like write a workout plan for strength. And I'm wondering right here if we use a structured output for each one, such as sets and reps and so on. We might need to use a JSON schema instead of just a fixed JSON example. But anyways, and then once that workout plan is written, we'll just send it back to the user. They could copy and paste it, do whatever they want, but now they have a structured workout that they don't have to think about. Okay, so I have this new workflow ready to go. What I'm thinking is here, let's just give this a name real quick. Workout generator. Okay, and what I want to do is I want to use Telegram as our interface between the user and the AI. And I also like Telegram because it's a mobile app, and I think having a mobile app is just better for convenience instead of a web app where the user has to, look up the URL or something. Just having Telegram downloaded as the app and then accessing the AI that way is pretty cool. So let's start with that actually. Let's go to, I have Telegram set up already. I have it downloaded on my computer, but you can download it on your phone. But basically to do this, you'll need to go to Telegram and then create an account. And then you'll have this tab on the side over here where you can chat with people, and then you'll just search up bot father So this is the page I was already on. But once you get to a bot father, you can create these Telegram bots, and once you create the Telegram bot, it'll give you back an API key, which you'll use in N8N. So let's try it out. I think it's /create, no, new bot. So, all right, how are we going to call it? Please choose a name for your bot. Let's do workout generator. Okay. And then it's just asking you if you can put bot at the end of it. So let's just do this workout generator bot. Boom. Workout generator Malara bot. Okay. So we have this API key now. So then we'll go into N8N, we'll look up Telegram, and I want a trigger. So when you message the bot, this is what's going to happen. Let's change our, let's create a new one. And then you'll just create your account. Let's name this workout generator. And then you just paste your API key right there. Boom. Cool. So let's just go back and reference our idea. So we'll have to upload a URL to some sort of research paper and scrape it, and same thing with like a YouTube video transcript. Right here I put is URL. So let's go back to N8N. Let me just make a switch node with one case. We'll do, this is just our, this is just some filler for right now, but basically what we're going to say if it is a URL. And then this should be a Boolean. If the Boolean is true, this is giving me error just because I'm putting skeleton code in here basically. Let's rename this URL. And then we'll also do another one. We'll rename this generate workout. Right? Because from our idea, if you put in a URL, that's the one that's going to update our vector database. But then other than that, we'll have our trigger word. So right here, this will be our trigger word. This string is equal to is pretty good. We could say if our input, our chat input is equal to what should be our filler word. To make things very simple, why don't we just put a single letter like P for plan? Because if there's only two cases where you could put in a URL or something else to generate the plan, why not make it very simple? So let's just put P for right now, for P for plan. Okay. And so now what we want to do actually is test this to see what our input right here looks like, our data input. So I'm going to test this right now, and this is going to be incorrect because this is not, these are not variables that we'll be able to access. But let's just try it out. So we can find it over here. So let's start our conversation and say, let's execute our workflow. Let's say hi. Okay, so it worked. And this is not correct, but then you can see where's our message. Oh, it was initiated by this start. Okay, let's try again. Let's try again. What the heck? Oh, that one should be high then. That one should be high. Okay, right there. So then now what we're going to do is we're going to say if this text, and we're going to do dot is URL. Where's his URL? Right there. If this is equal to true, then this is going to be, oh no, this is going to be update database. And then this one will be that. Cool. So what I've done here is I've said, I'm just testing this out, but in production, you just put P to generate your workout plan. And then if you put in a URL, it will update your database. So right now, just so that we can have things working, let's start off in this route. And so when I run this should just give me no output. All right, this is fine. So that means there's no errors, but there's no output because our message is neither a URL and it's neither the letter P. So this is looking good. Okay, so now going back, this is the hard part. We're gonna have to scrape our YouTube transcript. So how are we gonna do that? This is where I like to use ChatGPT. ChatGPT helps me get ideas. I definitely use ChatGPT to ideate and kind of specialize. If everything around me is very blurry and I don't know what to do, ChatGPT does help specialize all that information so that I have a good sense of where to go. Let's just look this up. I already have ChatGPT open. I have an account on ChatGPT. It's very helpful. Okay, so we have GPT-5. I'd like to use GPT-5. So here's what we're gonna do. I'm going to do this. Okay. And this way, I can just paste that in there. Let's see. Okay, so I'm gonna ask ChatGPT for some help. But one way I'm thinking, I'm wondering if AI can do this with like a web search. So you can put in a URL and then the AI could have a tool for a web search. That's my idea right now, but I honestly want to use AI as least as possible. I want to mostly use APIs and just have AI do the writing. Okay, so it's giving me this already. All right, I've already done this. Okay, so we can just do an API. That's easy. Video ID. Okay. So we're gonna get at this URL official time text when captions exist. Oh, I see option. Okay, when only auto-generated captions may public terms empty. Public. Gina Reader. This is why I like ChatGPT is because it gives me these suggestions that are free. If you think I'm hacking this by using ChatGPT for help, come on, it's 2025. This is how people figure things out now. Yeah, I was thinking of Firecall. Firecall is paid, but I don't mind using it. So I think we might use Firecall. Firecall is pretty cool. Clean up chunky. Okay. So as of right now, I think so. I already have this down. Look at all this code ChatGPT is doing. We just use one little function. Okay, let's see what this URL is. Thanks, ChatGPT. All right, let's just say YouTube Transcript API. What is this? Okay, and yeah, sometimes I like to look at what other people are doing. Extract transcript. Okay, let's see. What is this guy using? Rapid API. Rapid API. I always look at the pricing. YouTube. Okay, let's look up YouTube API. API reference. Okay, let's see. Let's dismiss. Okay, I don't see anything. What about? I don't see anything for transcript. because we're kind of looking for a transcript. We might have to use firecrawl. Yeah. We might have to use firecrawl. That's okay. Firecrawl is pretty cool. Okay. Now let's see the pricing. Plan. Oh, $16 a month. Scrape 500 pages. Okay, I'll just use this free plan. Okay, let's get started with this. Okay, so I just signed into Firecrawl. That was one of the weirdest sign-ins I've ever done. Anyways, we have an API key, so let's copy this. So I'm just going to use Firecrawl just for convenience, and I know that it's pretty useful. So now that I have that API key, I'm just going to create a credential. I think NAN has a Firecrawl native credential, so we can, let's see. Maybe not. Okay, that's okay. So we'll have to do some sort of, here, let's do bear auth. So paste it in there. Okay. All right, this will be our Firecrawl. Okay, and so our URL will come from, I see. This is perfect. All right, so now let's go to our docs, the Firecrawl docs. And I want to scrape something, API reference. Okay, look at all these. I'm not sure if I want to crawl. I haven't used Firecrawl to actually crawl through a website, but okay, I see. I think I just want to scrape. Okay, I see. So the URL to scrape. Okay, awesome. Page including headers and navs first. No. Parse PDF. Oh, that's cool. Convert it to Markdown. Okay. Dang, this is gonna get complicated. It's okay. What is a batch scrape? Alright. Is this all? Extract. This might be it. Extract structured data from using LLMs. Okay. It should be in glob format. Okay. Oh, okay. JSON schema of how to. I don't know if we want to use a JSON schema. What I kind of want to do is I just want to scrape the contents with just a URL and then have AI do like extraction of key points. So it would be good for text content. I don't know, maybe this is already using an LLM. I guess we can do a JSON schema already in there. Okay, so looking, I didn't even read the introduction, but looking at the introduction, I don't think I want map or search. I think I just want to do scrape and crawl. Let me see if, let me ask this AI assistant. Okay, I'm just being very generic. And the AI assistants are helpful because they'll usually point you to, oh, okay, cool. Yeah, they'll usually point you to the exact place in the documentation, the exact API endpoint you can use. Let's read through this. But important regarding transcript access. Okay. Tunnel. Oh, I see. Huh. Oh, shoot. They're often behind. Okay, you know what I might do? I have another tool up my sleeve, and it's called Mind Studio. And Mind Studio is pretty cool because they already have, I can't seem to think of anything that could help me get that YouTube transcript. I might be being a little lazy, not just thinking about it. I'm kind of just jumping into building. But I know that I've used Mind Studio before to take the transcript of something and summarize it. So now that I'm in, let's go to their agents. And the cool thing about, yeah, so you can transform videos. Okay, what does this say? YouTube videos. Yeah, the cool thing about Mind Studio actually is that these are, you can just go into these AI agents, you can copy them, and you can see what's going on under the hood. So let's go to this one. I'm going to make a copy. What's happening under the hood is fetch YouTube video, generate summary, page content. Oh, I see. Huh. Okay. Well, so to get the transcript, it's using page content. Okay. And page content is coming from these launch variables. So I think page content is just a part of the data on a web page for the Firecrawl to extract. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back to ChatGPT. That's ChatGPT. And Firecrawl. Okay. Let's check out YouTube Transcript API. The thing with Mind Studio is I like Mind Studio, but I don't want to interface between Mind Studio and Init. I kind of just want to do it all in Init. YouTube Transcript API. Well, I'm back at the same place. What is this Supadata? Let's look at the pricing because they can say free. Okay, 100 credits a month, rate limit 1 per second. Okay. Whoa. Let's see how much our credit's worth. YouTube transcript. Okay. This is kind of cool. I might go with this. Depends how much credit is worth. It can easily stack up. 100 credit doesn't look like a lot. And this is per month. Okay, I see. Maybe for now we can go with this. Let's go back to our documentation. Okay. Video ID, okay. So if we just have a URL, so it needs a URL, that's fine. Okay, chunk size might be important. Oh, okay, I see. One transcript request is a 1 credit. So you could do 100 of these in a month. That's not bad. I don't think we'd be doing more than that for just a singular person. And right now, I'm not thinking about this in a scalable way for multiple users. I'm thinking about this, for yourself. I want you guys to be able to build this yourself. So if each time we call an API request and that's just 1 credit and we have 100 of those, that means you can call it 100 times. I don't think you're going to be calling this 100 times in a month. So let's go with this. Let's sign up. Okay, cool. So I have my API key. So then let's go over here. I should be doing this all in here. Let me over here, and instead of firecrawl, good thing I didn't pay for firecrawl. Okay, so right now let's actually look up a YouTube video. Let's look up on YouTube. I like to watch Chris Heria for calisthenics, and I also like to watch Jeff Nippard for strength. Let's look up Jeff Nippard because he has a lot to say. Nippard strength. No, not strength standards. Okay, let's see. How to get bigger and stronger at the same time. Perfect. Okay, so this will be our URL.
Ever had a conversation at work you wish you could do over again? Meet Roleplay by Udemy. Our new
how can we get really
okay.
jacked and also really strong at the same time?
Okay, perfect. So this will be our URL. Let me just do this. Let's make a little note. This will be our test YouTube URL. And let's also do another one for tests, like a research paper. Oh, I think for the research paper we could use, let's see. Oh, on the web. That's great. Okay, cool. Extract content from any web page using our scraping API. Cool. So the Supa API is a competitor to Firecrawl. That's cool. So I think we'll use this for like a research paper, and then this YouTube, we'll just use their transcript endpoint. So for N8N, it's really easy because you can just hit this curl, and then let's do this, and then you go to import curl, and then we'll just paste it there. Okay, and so I think, yep, it just got rid of my API key, but that's okay. I can just do that. Okay, and so then we'll do that. Okay, query parameters. So our URL will be in our query parameters. So we have to put name as URL. And then for right now, I'm just going to put, I'm guessing that our URL will be in this chat object right here as our text. So I'm going to put this expression right here, but it might change. I don't know if Telegram would change it based on if it's a URL or text. So we have our URL query parameter. And that's it so far. So let's try this out. Yeah. Uh-oh. So let's try this out. So now I'm going to go back into Telegram, and I'm going to do this. Oh, well, it was already right there, but anyways. Okay, so I'm going to execute workflow. It's waiting. Okay. Boom. Cool. Okay. Perfect. Okay, so we have the correct expression. Why was it expected string received an array? An array of what? Hold on. That's weird. See supported URL formats. Okay, so then what is this one? Or what is the one that I put in our HTTPS? That's weird. I don't know why I did that. So maybe let's try going down. Let's try this one. Oh, that didn't work. Expect the string. I don't know. Okay, let's to JSON string. No. How is this not a string? This is a string. Alright, so let me just go here then. Missing required parameters. Oh. Oh, I see. So these are video ID. I think you have to do both? No, it says either. That's weird. It is a string. This A right here denotes that this is a string. Okay, that's okay. I wonder what I'm doing wrong. Oh, what the heck? Huh. Man. Okay. We just used the wrong endpoint. I thought this curl request. Oh my god. Okay, so this curl request attached on this URL to the end of the endpoint. That sucks. Okay, so then this should work. Boom. Okay. That was stupid. Okay. So I think what we're gonna have to do is some code, because you can see the text is broken up by time points. Okay, that's cool, but that kind of sucks for us. So I think what we're gonna have to here, let's pin this so we don't have to. I'm pinning this so I don't have to call it again and waste my credits. So now I think we're gonna have to do some code. And this right here will be like compile text into one body. So we're going to compile our text into one body. One thing I'm seeing a problem with is that if we're inputting a URL, it could either be a YouTube video or a research paper, but our isURL function doesn't check if it's a YouTube video. So we could do something like this. We could put another switch node up here. And then we'll rename this YouTube. And then let's rename this. So this would be. So this will go along our YouTube route. Okay, compile this text into one body. And then And so for this, what I'm thinking is we'll use AI to write the code. So let me just give AI, that looks long. Let's see if AI can handle it. It can, wow. Right. So yeah, I'm using ChatGPT to code, but it's all good. It's faster than me. So I'm gonna do this, and then I'm gonna test it out. So stop trim. And what do we call this? Return combined transcript. All right, let's see. Use return an array. Okay. We have to turn an array of objects. So this would be an array of objects. Let me make sure this is okay. Yeah, it's pinned. That shouldn't run again. Oh, that's just great. This is why you don't use ChatGPT to code. Let's try this. Let's try this. Oh, I see. What we're doing is I just copied and pasted it. Transcript array will be as input. Dot content. No, JSON. Dot content. So it should be this actually. Okay. This is our transcript. Cool. Yeah, sometimes coding in NaN is a little bit different than actual JavaScript because of this input and first and stuff like that and items and yeah. Okay, so we have our full transcript ready to go. I'll worry about this other part later. So then going back, let's extract our key points and then update our vector database. So let's use, we could just use a basic LLM chain. Let's use extract key points. So it's connected to our chat trigger. I'm going to define it below. Since we're just using text, then so we won't need any batch processing because we're just going to have this one combined transcript. So let's do a system message, and then this is just the user message. And so our user message will be something like extract key points from this transcript. Or we could just say, just to reduce the number of tokens, extract the key points from this. Because we'll write in our system message what it is, or what its job is supposed to do, and we'll write that it needs to extract data from a transcript. Or you know what, we could even just put something like this. We could just specify our system message really well and just put transcript. Okay, so it's going to look like transcript, and then it's going to have this big long text. Okay, and so I want to use an AI model that has a large context window, or sorry, not context window, input token limit. So I'll probably use something like Gemini, Google Gemini. So I have an open router. Let's just, let's do like Gemini 1.5 Pro for now. Or I think it would be Flash. 1.5 Flash. Where is Flash 1.5? Okay. Yeah, so Flash 1.5 has a big context window, or I keep saying that, input token limit. So let's do Gemini. I was looking at it up the other day, 1.5. Yeah, that's fine. So we'll do this, and then extract our key points. And so in the system message will say, your job is to take okay, I'm going to open this up. Your job is to take a YouTube transcript. And I'm going to specify what types of videos it's going to analyze so that it understands how to extract this key information. Your job is to take a YouTube transcript of health and fitness videos and extract key information such as techniques, timing, routines, and I don't know what else would help. Here, let me ask ChatGPT again for some. What important information should I extract from the transcripts for my project? Okay, so it gives me a lot. Compile this into one long sentence. Name, target muscles, equipment mentioned. Rep range assess loader intensity. Cool. We don't really need scientific study references, or maybe. Okay, let's just do this. Okay. This is kind of my workflow of how to do things really quickly, since we're kind of playing around. Such as boom, and then we'll just paste that in there. The exercise names, okay, cool. This is our system message. I like to change it to an expression so I can kind of scroll through. Let's try it out. Okay. Ooh, cool. Okay. All right, and so next we would just pin this, and then my idea is we're just going to update a knowledge base. And I want our AIs, when they're writing the workout generators, to reference it as a vector database, like we were saying before. And I think I'm going to use Supabase just because I'm already using it. I already have an account set up. And it'll be a vector store. So we will add a document to the store. All right, and a document will be, let's use our little data from previous step. Type of data, JSON, text splitting. Yeah, let's just do this. It's all simple. Okay. And then we'll just use an OpenAI embedding just because I have a, yeah, let's just do that, the small embedding. Okay, and so I have to create a vector store over here. To set up the vector store, here's the process. You can follow a bunch of videos online telling you to do the same thing. But yeah, you'll go to this vector store node. And then right here, quick start for setting up your vector store. And then here's a SQL command that we'll just copy. And then we'll go to our SQL editor in Supabase. And I'm just going to hit that and run. Cool. And then we should have a table, documents. Let's just enable RLS. Cool. And now we can go back. I think I got to delete this. Maybe it'll. Oh, okay, cool. Okay, so we can choose that. Nice. All right, and then let's see if it does anything. Perfect. So now let's go to Supabase. Let's rerun that. Awesome. Okay, so now we have some stuff there. Perfect. So now what we've done is we basically have completed workflow number 1. Just so far with the YouTube video, I did the YouTube video first because I thought that would be the harder one to do. I think the research paper will be much easier. Let's actually continue with our research paper. So let's go back over here, and this is our other. So basically, now we have to do the logic right here. So let's try and extract. Let's try and extract this. Let's split it by. So what I'm thinking of doing is taking the string, splitting it by slashes, and then indexing it to find this element and testing if it's equal to www.youtube.com. So let's take this. Let's take this and we'll set that equal to, and this will be dot split. And then we'll see separator. So our separator, let's do this slash. So right now we have elements 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, and so we're looking at element 2. Boom. Okay. And then we'll just copy this. And then we'll just say this is not equal to that. So this is what I'm doing here is I'm just doing the logic for whether we're dealing with a YouTube link or something else. Cool. So, and that's because we're using a YouTube only API call right here. But for the other one, we'll basically do the same thing. It'll be the same thing just for something else that's not a YouTube transcript. Let's say that. Right. And then going back to Supadata, let's go on the web. Let's see about this scrape. Extract content from any web page using our powerful scraping URL. Okay. So what I want to do is I'm now going to use, oh wait, hold on. Okay, cool. It's also 1 credit per request. So now let's look up we need a test document, and I think what I want to do is, oh, you know what? Maybe what we could do instead of scraping, here's what I'm thinking is that instead of using a URL for like a research paper or something like that, maybe we could still use a URL just for a general purpose. But let's say there's a research paper and they can download it as a file. That could be a separate stream on its own, a separate route. So actually, let me do that. Let me do, yeah, this will be other, and then this will be, you know what? I see. This one will be an object. So what I'm going to do is for this one, I'm going to say if the document exists. So right now in our input data, we have our message in our chat, but when we upload a document, it'll say document. So for our document object, I'm going to say document. I'm pretty sure that's what it will be named. So this would be, let's just say file. So the user can upload a file, or they can upload a YouTube link or a link somewhere else. For this expression, I'm guessing it's going to be, it'll be at the same level as this. So I think this will be document. So right now it doesn't exist because we haven't uploaded a document, but let's save that. And if they upload a document, let's use Telegram. So if they upload a document, we can get the file using the file ID. Here, let me space this out. So we'll get that file. It will download as binary data, and then we can just upload that into our Supabase Vector store, and we'll add a document. Default loader, type of data. Okay, so our default, this will be binary data. Input, cool. Yeah, this is fine. And then we'll just use the same embedding model. And let's choose our table. Okay, so this is all speculative as of right now, but let's try it out. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to save this, and then I'm going to go to Telegram, and I'm going to upload a document. So this is the case where the user has a document that they want to upload with important health information. And so let's just say we upload that. Oh, wait, hold on. Let's test it out. Oh, I see. Okay. I'm just going to deactivate that. So hopefully it hits this, and we will send this out. Okay, I see. Hold on. All right. Some logic happened here. We said if our message is a URL. Oh, I see. Okay, so then I think actually right here we could do. So instead of saying is URL for everything up here, I could actually take this right here, this, and then actually add it to this node. Okay, and this will be our like file right here. So this thing, okay, cool. This thing exists. Where's our object? If it exists. Cool. Okay, so I pinned that data, and this should. Okay, so I think based on this error message, we just had to put a question mark. Let's see if this works. Cool. Okay, so in the file, then we will just go over here. Let's activate this. And so the file ID we'll get from over here. Boom, file ID. Cool. And so that'll download. Awesome. And I kind of want this. I kind of want this one to be. Can I move this? Yeah, I kind of want this one to be up here. Did that move? Yeah. Okay, cool. Okay, you know what I'm thinking? Just this is funny. Honestly, for simplicity's sake, let's just remove this. For simplicity's sake, yeah, let's just remove this other option. Let's just kind of constrain it, at least for now, that you can only input a YouTube video or a file. I think that's fair. I think we don't need to do too much there. Let me just. I just like saving my progress, so I'll just put it off over here. So these would be our update our databases. Okay. All right, let's save that. This is just me being a little bit of a perfectionist. Let's name this YouTube. Cool. And then this should work now. Uh-oh, it did not work. Unsupported MIME type. Oh. Okay, so the MIME type is unsupported. All right. That's not fun. Is there a MIME type? Okay, so this is actually a not very fun issue. I've been trying to think of ways, and I was experimenting a little bit, but I didn't really get anywhere. So I'm just gonna ask ChatGPT what he thinks. I want. Okay, so I just wrote this. Basically, how do I convert file MIME type to one that can be embedded into the vector database? Okay, so I did a little consulting with ChatGPT again and just asked it if we can just force this MIME type to be whatever the file path is, based on whatever the file path is. And it said yeah, and it gave me some code on how to basically force that. So we have some code right here. It's just basically forcing the MIME type to be whatever the file path indicates. And here are our supported MIME types, which is coming from this default data loader over here. These are all the supported ones. So yeah, let's just copy this and we'll make another code node. And I'm just going to copy and paste that. Let me read through it to see input.item. Okay. Hold on, this would need to be. Uh-oh, we didn't download it. This is not going to work. So the code won't work if it's not downloaded as binary data. Okay. So cool. Let's try it out. Perfect. Okay. Change MIME type. Okay, so now that that's finished, we should be able to upload this. What are these options? No, we don't need any queries. All right, let's try this. Let's see if this works. I think it's working. Awesome. All right, yeah, we just had to force the MIME type to be different. Okay, so let's pin all this. And so now, cool. Ah, why did I do that? Okay. Here's what we're gonna do. I'm just going to delete all these because this is a test PDF. I have to delete all those. Yeah, that was a test PDF. That it has nothing to do with working out. But let's get a real PDF and test that out. Let's ask ChatGPT to get us a PDF. Get me a PDF. Or how about let's do okay, so I'm hoping ChatGPT uses web search to, okay, cool, yeah. Because I didn't want it to create one on its own. Okay, let's just see this. Perfect, perfect, perfect. So I'm going to download this. And I'm going to download that. Okay, and then here's how it's going to work in our bot. Right, our bot is going to do something like this. Let me go over here. Okay. Actually, we might have to pin these. Let's do this. Okay. Sorry, I had to make sure we were ready to test this out. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to wait for our trigger, and I'm going to upload this. I should go through here and change the MIME type. Perfect. 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 Beautiful. Beautiful. Awesome. Okay, let's reload this page. Okay. Okay, so that worked pretty good. So now that we can upload a URL or a file, now let's actually do the workflow to generate the workout plan based on our knowledge base. So on our trigger word, generate workout plan. So we already have that where our trigger word is P. Cool. And so then the next logic is give a list of options. Okay, this is going to be easy. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to do Telegram. And we'll just send a message, send a text message. Oh wait, no. Send a text message and wait for a response. Oh my god. Send text message and wait for a response. Let's see. So I'm thinking is that we won't have an approval, but we'll have some sort of can submit a response via custom form. Oh, that's cool. Form elements. Ah, this is cool. I've never seen this before. Let's see, required field. Choose which goal. Or no, choose which goal. Let's just say choose your goal. Choose your goal for today. Cool. this custom form is pretty cool. I didn't think of that. Field name, goal options. Let's do hypertrophy, strength, endurance, speed. Nice, nice, nice. And then let's do placeholder as strength. All right, I think that should be our only one. Let's save that. Oh, never mind. Let's pin this. So our Telegram trigger does have our chat ID. So our chat ID will come from right there. Perfect. Choose your goal for today. Period. Cool, cool, cool. All right. So once we have that, okay, that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. So now let's try this out again. Let's do P. Whoa. This is cool, but I don't know if this is the exact user experience I wanted. I don't know, whatever. Let's just go with it. Strength. Okay. What was the output like? Strength. Okay. So now this would be, right, our switch node. So switch, okay. And so what I'm thinking is that, right, if we have 4 options, we'll have 4 different AI agents. They'll have access to the same knowledge base, but they'll have different roles. So one will be really good at making a workout plan for strength. One will be really good at making a workout plan for endurance. Okay, and you know what? Beforehand, what I was thinking was we have a switch node and it goes to an AI agent that's specialized for strength. But right now that doesn't really make sense. I think it's fine if we just do an AI agent that's kind of good at everything. And then we'll pass in that user input. So something like this. So like make a workout plan for this. Make a workout plan for strength. Cool. Yeah, this is what I was thinking. And then we'll need a system message. Let's call our agent workout generator agents. Let's use this. We'll just do open router. And let's do 4.0 mini for now. Okay, so we have our model. And our tool will be a Supabase Vector Store tool. For RAG, this is pretty good. Health and fitness information curated by professionals. I don't know. I can't really think of anything good to say for this part. And then, actually I haven't used the Supabase Vector Store before, but we'll need it from our documents, include metadata, whether or not to include document metadata. Let's leave that on for now. Whether or not to read rank results, I don't know what that means. Okay, so I think we're good here. We'll do our embeddings model. Text embedding. Okay, everything should be good. Well, let's just check. I don't know what this limit is. Number of top results to fetch from vectors. I don't know. Let's bump this number up to 10. That just seems reasonable. Okay. And you are a workout guru. Your job is to create workout plans Okay. So this is just our simple system message, and I think so. Basically, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna see how this works out. I'm gonna give it the basically minimum amount of context, and then see how it performs, and then iterate on the system message. But this is kind of like exactly the workflow I was thinking, which is pretty cool. We've iterated through a lot of stuff. So let's test this out. So yeah, I test each node first to make sure it's working how I want it to be. I don't want to build it out too far in advance. Okay, it looks like it worked, and it looks like it gave me something. But this is just text. I'm wondering if we can format this. Or let's see here. Let's pin these, and let's just see what it looks like when we return it back to the user. So let's do Telegram, and we'll send it back to the user as text. Right, and this was our last part of our idea. So send text back to user, and yeah, this structured output was for sets and reps, but I think we don't need to do that. So it's good that we said that is like an optional thing to do. But yeah, so let's fill this in, and then this will be our expression. This will be JSON output. Cool. And reply markup. What is this? Let's test this out. See what it does. Here's a comprehensive workout plan. Ooh. Okay. No, it gave it strength workout plan. So it gave me a workout plan for the whole week. But I mean, I guess maybe we could set it so that it gives you a workout plan for the week or just for the day. I think for the week might be a little bit more valuable. But I'm wondering if we could put it for a weekly plan or just for the day, a daily plan. But actually what I'm mostly concerned about is if this content came from the vector database. Cool, I think this keys to success does come from that, but let's check it out. This is going to be difficult. Cool, okay, I see right here the mind muscle connection. Okay, what else is it saying in here? What else is it? Warm up, always start with dynamic warm up to prepare your body. Oh, okay, I see. Compounded squat, bench press. Oh. So let's see what reps it's recommending. Okay. okay, this looks good. So yeah, it does look like it used the information from the vector database to make us a workout plan. That's pretty cool. The only thing is that, I don't know. Well, one thing I want to do just for is I'll just take off that NaN attribution. That's just my OCD kicking in. And then, I don't know, I just kind of want to move this around, clean it up. Okay. So this is looking pretty good. Okay, and so what I want to do actually is let me change this just so I can test it better. I think what I want to do is I want to keep it as a weekly plan. So each week you can text this chatbot and it'll give you a weekly plan. But just for testing purposes, I want to make sure that it gets us a plan for hypertrophy, strength, endurance, and speed all individually. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get some academic papers on that and then test it out. Or maybe let's do a mix of academic and YouTube videos. And then we'll put in the system message here, job is to create workout plans for users. Only return the workout plan for the day, not the week. Or not for the whole week. Okay, cool. So let's see what it does with this. And while we're testing this, I'm going to go back to ChatGPT and I'm going to say, get me academic papers. Or no, get me a YouTube link for speed training and academic papers for endurance. And what was the other one? Hypertrophy. Okay, and so while this is thinking, let's go back over here. Okay, strength workout. Okay, plan for the day. And let's see what this gave us. Okay, I don't like how it. Whatever. Here's a comprehensive workout plan designed to enhance your. Oh wait, no. Okay, I see. Stretching. Okay. Oh, I see. Maybe one thing we should do. I was thinking one thing we should do is differentiate between upper and lower body. That'd be something good. So one thing we could do over here is add a form element and say just say upper or upper lower body. So let's just put upper. And I'm wondering if this doesn't need to be a required field. So, because you could hit upper and lower body. I don't know why you would, but yeah, you can do that. So let's just keep this unrequired. And let's unpin this. And so then let me test this. Choose your goal for today. Okay, so now let's open this. So let's pick strength again. And let's do upper body. here. So now it's working, and then it should send us our final text message for a strength upper body workout. Okay, so my NAN lost connection again right there. But one thing I figured out while it was running is that upper or lower body is a bit constraining, because I know some people have different splits. They'll hit back and bi, chest and tri, so it could be very particular parts of the upper body. I think I would like it to have both a weekly or just for the day setting. So what I want to do is go back in here, and I want to say, let's say, is this plan for the week or the day? And let's make this required. Let's put week. Okay. And then this will give us another switch node. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take all this over here. And this will be really easy. But we'll have another switch. The reason I'm using switch instead of if is because I heard it was a little bit faster. Let's put this as week or day. And I think string can have something is like. No. Yeah, okay, so let's do this. Let's unpin our workflow and then execute it. And then we'll test out our form. Let's just say for the day, and we'll do strength. Okay. Uh-oh, I executed it too fast, but that's okay. So if this is equal to, no, let's just say if it's a string, let's just say it ends with y, because I don't want to do the first letter because the first letter could be capital or lowercase, but just for now, the y will, I know this is a little weird, but the y is just so, I'm guessing most of the time the y will be lowercase, unless you want to capitalize the last letter of a word. But let's call this day. And then sort of same logic here. If this ends with lowercase k, this will be our week. Right, and we can make this a little bit more robust, but I just want to get the idea out there. Okay. Do we need to no, we don't need to convert types. Oh my god. Okay, so even though it's like that, we can do, that's okay. We will just copy and paste this. And this will be our week. Make a workout, so this will be, this workout plan for the day. Cool. And this will be the same thing, right? But it only reaches this. So this would be our weekly workout generator. And this will be our daily workout generator. This is pretty cool. Okay. So yeah, that looks pretty good. Oh, the other thing I was thinking was that if it's for the day, you specify the muscle regions. Oh, okay, I see. And so here in our form, let's add an element. This won't be required. Let's say if for the day, please specify the muscle regions you would like to hit. My computer's so slow. Okay, and then we'll change our message to choose your goal for, or no, we could just say choose your goal. Your workout may be for just the day or the rest of the week. I'm going to spell workout correctly. Okay, choose your goal. Your workout may be for just the day or the rest of the week. Is this plan for the week or for the day? Let's say week. Goal options. Boom. For the day. Let's do chest. And then we can do compound like chest and try. Okay. And so this will not be required, but we can feed this into AI for our daily workout. Because our weekly workout, it'll make one for the entire week. Because for our weekly workout, it'll make sure that all the body parts are hit based on the expert's advice. But this says make a strength workout plan for the day. Make a okay, and then this one will be this sort of thing. But it'll be this. And inside here, it will just be this text down here. Let's copy and paste this. And we'll paste it right there. Oh, no, that makes it undefined. Then we can make all of them required. So let's just make all of these required. And then let's execute the workflow again. Okay, maybe for just the rest of the week. Let's say the day, goal options, let's do strength, and let's do chest. So then it goes over here, and then our input is make a chest strength workout for the day. Cool. Okay, so once that finished running, we can see we have our little message ready to go. And all the way down here. Okay. Nice, nice. So it says we have a warm-up. Wow, this is really cool. Nice, and some notes at the bottom. Wow, this is really cool. So I think all we need to do now is just test can it do the same thing with a different category like endurance or speed. So we already prompted ChatGPT to help us get some stuff for that. We have a video right here. You know what? Let's just test if it can do it with this video for speed. And then if it can do it for speed, we can just assume that it can do it for endurance or hypertrophy. So let's go over to this YouTube video. let's see, this should change, yeah. Okay. And then what we'll do, let's save this. Let's unpin this, save that. And then, okay, so it's waiting for a trigger event. Oh, wait, you know what? We're gonna put in a YouTube video, so let's unpin all this. Let's put it over here. Ah, I forgot to press execute workflow. That's all right. Nice, didn't crash. So now that that's updated in our vector database, now let's wait for another one again. Let's just, whatever, let's just do P. One thing we can do here is do dot lower. Uh-oh. I think it's too lowercase. So this could be P. Cool. So this means we can put in capital P or lowercase p, and then it'll go down this route because I accidentally put lowercase p, so it shouldn't matter if I put a lowercase p now. Oh, we have to execute it. Frick. Okay, cool. This won't matter because we pinned our data. Okay. Make a legs speed workout plan for today. I could change this up to make more sense, like make a speed workout plan for legs for the day. I don't know, something like that. Okay, looks like it's working its way. It didn't crash. Finally got it to complete the execution, and let's check it together all the way down here. Cool, 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 cool. Okay, and as you can see, it used the information from that YouTube video that we watched, or we didn't watch it, but let's pretend that it interests us and we wanted to apply that into our workout routine. It used the information from that video to generate us a workout plan, and we can use it for the week or for the day. So this is really cool. I'm actually going to use this for myself. And as you can see, it looks a little bit different, right? Going into the project, you're going to encounter a lot of issues you couldn't have foreseen. Yeah, it looks pretty complex, but actually our initial idea of doing it this way worked out pretty well, I gotta say. So yeah, let me save this, and cool, awesome. So this is a video on how to build from scratch a workout generator. I hope you guys built along with me, and yeah, it's something really useful that could save you a lot of time. So now instead of creating ad hoc workouts while you're on your way to the gym, or you improvise while you're there, you can be a little bit more prepared without the hard work of creating the plan yourself. And it's based on expert advice and research, and whatever you put into this system is what you're going to get out of it. So I think that's really cool. I hope you guys enjoyed.